Really thankful for all of you for coming here. Dean sir is joining in some time. After we lost Dr. Shyamkishore, actually, I almost for 7 days I was crying. At the end of the seventh day, I realized that I'm crying for a person who never cried. Not a single time when I was with sir over here or first 25 years. I get backache, muscle spasm. I used to go and cry with him. I have muscle spasm. This year I had fracture, just fracture of phalanx. And I kept on crying, sir, life has come to standstill. But I realized that this person never ever said that, why me for this disease? And that's when I decided that yes, we all need to learn this one thing from him and rise. With that, I would request all those who want to make their offerings to Dr. Shyamkishore can come here and speak a few words. We also have their family with us, Mrs. Jisha Shyamkishore, Vishnu, Priyanka, Nankishore, and his wife.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's with immense sadness in my heart that I stand here today to pray for the departed soul of our teacher, mentor, and guide, Dr. Shyamkishore sir, who was exemplary and inspirational in so many ways. Dr. Yuvraj sir just narrated one example. And there were a few things about him which touched me very deeply, very personally, and inspired me every single day. I would like to share them with you. First of all, his unparalleled knowledge of anatomy. That was like he was an encyclopedia, or rather, in today's terms, I should say he was like Google. You ask him anything, anytime. I have never, ever heard him say, I'll read and come back to you. He was so instant with his replies to whatever queries we had. And it was not just a reply, it was a reply backed with logic, it was a reply backed with reason. And I always used to ask him, sir, in which book is it given? And he would tell me, I've read it somewhere. I don't know, I've read it somewhere. He had such phenomenal memory that wherever he read once, he would remember it always. And remember it not in bits and parts like how we do, where we have to revisit it so many times to remember it. He just remembered it. I would say his memory was insanely instant and phenomenal. Then his ways of teaching incorporated his innate sense of humor. Shyamkishore sir had a very, very peculiar sense of humor. And when I say peculiar, I mean by that in the most serious conversations, he would say something which was really full of humor, and he would say it with such a straight face. For a moment you thought, what did he just say? And then we all burst out laughing. So that was his humor, and I think anyone who has been around him, even if attended his lectures, knows that this was his style of teaching, and his lectures were never boring. His MCQ lecture, how many times have I attended that? But I still find it refreshing. I still find it with that same humor that he spoke when I heard it the first time, and I find that there are people with this rare quality, and he was one of the rarest of them. His human nature, he was with all of us in our difficult times. Every single member of this department, whether it was faculty or permanent faculty, contractual faculty, teachers, students, PG students, everybody could go and talk anything to sir about their personal lives. So I feel that everybody was close to him beyond the four walls of this campus, and he always had our backs with that compassion that again was a very rare quality to find in a head. His never say die attitude, coming to work every single day despite his extremely limiting physical conditions. I mean, I think any one of us would just stay at home saying, I can't walk, I can't do this, I can't do that. But sir never failed to come. Even in things that we felt when we were with sir, we were doing things in the department, I would say, sir, may I do this, may I type that? No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it. So that kind of a thing, again, was very inspiring. And like YJB sir said that with his smallest fracture, he felt very inspired coming to work every single day. Same thing, I have also gone through various injuries and all that, but I would just think of sir and come back to work and forget about all the limitations that I had. I would say that he touched not just our minds and hearts, he touched our souls. And such gems are too rare to find, and they are very precious to lose. His sudden demise leaves a big void in all our lives and in our hearts. As a legendary teacher with a treasure trove of knowledge, he leaves behind a legacy in all that we have learned from him. His words, his love will forever echo in our hearts. We may have lost KSK sir, but we promise to keep him alive in all our memories, our hearts and work, the way he has shaped us. And may he become a star in heaven like he was on earth, and keep guiding us through with his undiminished light.
My associate, I will just keep on speaking in between one story as the anecdote as sir others are speaking. My association with sir began, it's like almost more than 27 years ago when I was doing post-graduation in JJ. I used to come for my thesis work, and that's where I met him. And when I joined KM, the brilliant students of KM and a person from like me coming from JJ, one day as I was teaching pancreas, I said, islets of Langerhans are more concentrated in tail of pancreas. And one student raised hand. Her name is Dr. Divya Vajpayee, who is additional professor at KM for in nephrology. So she said, why? I said, why means this is what we have been teaching in anatomy so long. And then I go out of the room and I directly go to KSK's cabin. I said, KSK, kya tumhare students are? They are asking why they are more in tail of pancreas. Shyamkishore immediately took a paper and he said, see, islets are endocrine glands, and those away from the duct naturally become endocrine. So that's how in the tail, the duct doesn't reach up to the tail, and that's why they're there. And I was really shocked. I said, where is this written? Again, as Dr. Seema Madam said, same answer. And I used to say that he had been anatomist for past many lives. You know, that much, anything we ask used to. And with that, I call upon next speaker who would like to come and speak here. Vivek, Naval, some.
Dr. Shyamkishore sir's untimely passing has left a great void amongst all of us. amongst the anatomy fraternity, amongst the medical fraternity, and also amongst the student fraternity. And this is a loss which is really difficult to fill for many, many years to come, I think. So I would like to share some interactions which I had with him. My very first interaction goes back as far as I think when he was appearing for his MD examination. I think that was 1994, and Dr. Swati Patel and myself, postgraduate students of this department, we actually heard his viva, and he was asked a question on functional components of the cranial nerves, and it was with absolute mastery that he really gave the whole exposition of that in the viva. Of course, we could not understand much of what he was talking then in 1994. But that was the first time that I really saw the brilliant mind and the absolute mastery over the subject. Way back, I think in 1994 it was when he took his MD examination. Subsequently, whenever all of us have attended the NET courses, and we have seen again the elegant and lucid and absolutely beautiful manner in which he used to take our, especially the MCQ session. And his knowledge of anatomy, I think, is stuff for legends. Whenever we would ask any student, they would say that his name has always been taken with absolute awe and respect, that he's really an encyclopedia of knowledge and the authority on anatomy. And I think his advice was taken not only by students and anatomists, but also lots of clinicians who used to come to him for any clarifications and so on. And the last memory was on the 10th of this month, where in the morning I made a phone call to him. We were having the MD examination, and I said, can I borrow a few special slides that they have in the Department of Anatomy over here? And he said, yes, absolutely. You can send your postgraduate students over here to collect the slides at whatever time. And that was the 10th of this month. And that was the last conversation I had with him. And the next day morning, this was this terrible news of him leaving us, and it's really very, very difficult to come to terms with it. So, though he is not with us, I think his academic legacy will continue to inspire and live with the generations of students and academicians and doctors to come. His legacy will live on. My heartfelt condolences to his family, his children, and my condolences also to the anatomy department who have lost their dear head of the department. Om Shanti.
Dr. Shyamkishore at KEM on every Saturday used to conduct lectures from 1:30 to, that time was not there when he used to end. Actually, duty we know ends at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Sirs, they used to start at 1:30. And for me, I used to go and sleep on Saturday afternoons, closing my co-warden's quarter. 4:30 I used to go to the department again, and I used to see that Shyamkishore is still teaching. Then I used to get him out of the department, lock the lecture hall. Then they used to continue speaking in the corridor. Then I used to take them out, lock the corridor also. And then I used to go home. Again, evening 6 o'clock, I come out in the college garden. I see Shyamkishore talking with students. There was this one person, a particular student, Arman Singh. And he, kept on talking. So I used to tell him that now sir has to go home. Now what happens is next that Armand, he told me that, sir, I have a mausi staying in Vashi. So I'll go with sir and we'll discuss anatomy. So then I had no other option to agree to that. Armand sits in the train every Saturday and he tells her that, sir, I'll drop you to Belapur and on the way back, I'll get down at Vashi. This continued for 1.5 years. After 1.5 years, after 1.5 years, I asked him the details of Armandip, what is happening. And you know what his reply was? He told us he never had any mausi in Vashi. Just to learn anatomy, every Saturday he told a lie that I have a mausi in Vashi, and he used to go to drop sir and discuss anatomy with this. And I really, don't know how many questions he had and how many answers sir used to give. With that, I will call upon Dr. Lopam and Mike Khanu, तुमच्यापाशी. खुर्ची
Good afternoon, everybody. When Dr. Shyamkishore, I call him Shyamkishore, so I can't. Dr. Shyamkishore joined as a first MBBS student. My first encounter with him, I still remember in histology lab, close to the next to window. I was sitting on one side of the table, he was sitting on another. And as usual, I usually inquire about students' well-being, whether they have settled down and everything. So that time he disclosed that he had lost his father recently, but he was very stoic. And then, of course, when it came to post-graduation, he had opted for pharmacology as the first choice, anatomy as the second choice. In the first round of NEET, he did not get pharmacology, so he got his next choice, anatomy. And then he was with us, settled down. After 15 days, he came to know that he is getting his first choice. So he said, no, I am now not changing. I am staying back in anatomy. I am here comfortably settled. So that gift of NEET, of not giving him pharmacology at the first go, has been the gift to subject of anatomy, all the students of anatomy, and all of us. And to have him around in the department, as a head, you always depend on all the staff members. And Dr. Shyamkishore was one of the pillars who carried the responsibility of teaching right from his postgraduate days till he progressively became more and more promoted. And Shyamkishore was intelligence absolutely encapsulated. Nobody by seeing him first time would say that he is so sharp, he knows so much. And he was very warm, he was like a coconut. You feel that he is very stern, but he was not. His respect, what he would give to others from within was unparalleled. And we in the department were like family. We used to go on picnic, Jisha and all, we know that we always went together. And then of course I retired as a professor. But since I continued to go in the college, our encounter continued till he came. And he was gifted to Nair, great loss to Jeeves. Anyway, I remember what he used to teach on Saturday afternoon was the gait, mechanism of walking. Everybody was so impressed by that, and that is how it continued to go, every Saturday. That's why we didn't have to worry, otherwise people would not want to teach on Saturday afternoon. But he would say, no, I will teach. So I didn't have to worry about what to give and what not to give. And then, I must say, he assimilated what we had, given as medical philosophy. For cancer and all, we always used to say that one who gets cancer, he serves number of other people because they all are spared of cancer. So the same thing he assimilated for his own disability. He kept on telling his wife that please don't see that I am serving such a huge population of humanity who have been spared of this disability. So assimilating what we were discussing, It is very credible. As I said, right from the first day, I saw him very stoic. The stoicity continued. And as you see, hats off to this department and to the family for making him work till the last day. He left us with his shoes on, as they say, or in harness. He never said, I cannot do it. Very, very commendable. And I wouldn't, incidentally, I almost happened to be his mother's age. So for me, this is a much greater loss. How a parent would feel when you lose your child. So, but seeing his stoicity, he's saying that he never cried. When I wouldn't cry, but I feel very proud of the fact that he lived very nobly and he departed also with same dignity. And I'm sure God has always taken care of him and will continue to take care of him. Thank you.
We really thank Dean sir because I've been to his office. Lot of rush is there. Still, it took some time, and I seek his permission to show a video he made on Dr. Shyamkishore sir because he lived a life always in a very, a stress-free way. Rather, let me tell you, I was the person who noticed that his hand was going like this and his mouth used to remain open. So I took him to Dr. Sangeeta Rawat. He was not ready. He followed his gurus, Dr. Manu Kothari, never trouble a deceased till the deceased troubles you. I was the one who dragged him. He had a small tumor here, parotid, and he was living with it. One day when the size increased, I said, sir, don't you feel this is slightly more? He said, it's okay, I'm comfortable. This is the way he lived. Ultimately, I had to get him operated at surgery department. And regarding his own disease, he was so cool about it. I think this is for all patients to learn. He used to tell me that, Yuvraj, now these muscles are stopped functioning, now these are stopped functioning, now I'm not going to do that. And he had told me one thing, that Yuvraj, when my respiratory muscles will start get affected now, that will be the end of me. And other sir knows that a day before he passed away, sir was trying to call me and I was in the OPD. And we saw his X-ray. The diaphragm on the right side had almost gone up so much, not functioning. I looked at the X-ray, Unnati also looked at it, and we thought, how this person is still surviving with such less, amount of lung tissue, and that's the willpower. With that, he came home, and before he passed away also that day, he nicely went home, he told his wife to cook, he ate. And Jisha Madam's contribution to our department, when Jisha Madam used to go to her native place in Kerala, sir used to take leave. Otherwise, he never used to take leave. So we know that Madam is going, then means sir. So I request Neha to please play the video and the Dean sir can. And we have prepared this video in spirit in which he lived. Although all of us in our hearts are crying, but the spirit in which he taught to live was, never to cry.
I think anyone who has been around him, even if attended his lectures, knows that this was his style of teaching and his
Boring. His MCQ lecture, how many times have I attended?
But I still find it
the last slide you saw where he said मुझे myotonic dystrophy हो because I am here. That was the spirit in which he accepted this disability. Before I call upon Dean sir. Dean sir has been his colleague at GSMC Ogosume and has been such a great support to Dr. Shyamkishore. See, once we have some disability, definitely we need support, and sir has been all out full support for Dr. Shyamkishore sir and the department also. I call upon sir to speak a few words.
I knew Dr. Shyamkishore since 1985. He was 1 year junior to us. We stayed in the hostel, did lots of fun, which is usually done during undergraduate days. I shifted to Nair to do forensic. He stayed back to do anatomy. Whenever, though I joined over here in 1990, but still I used to be on GS Katta till 1997, till the time I became a warden over here. So many a times we met over there, and other batchmates also who were there, we used to meet. As time passed by, the meetings became less, but I was very happy when he came over here as the head of department, because it becomes very easy to work with people whom you know, and knowing Dr. Shyamkishore's caliber as a teacher of anatomy, I was sure and hopeful that new projects will come, new things will happen over here, and this institute would also benefit from his expertise over here. The staff would get motivated, and whatever span of time he was over here, he did many good things, motivated the staff. He was favorite among the students for his teaching abilities. So, a very humble human being, a good friend, and I just pray that God gives strength to his family to bear the loss, and condolences on behalf of the whole Nair family. Unfortunately, one more sad incident. Anatomy department is on the 5th floor, forensic department is on the 5th floor. And Dr. Vaz, who was head of forensic medicine department over here, he also passed. Okay. So my condolences to his family also, and may God give strength to their families to bear the loss.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here. Now call upon Dr. Praveen to speak a few words. Myself, Praveen, and Shyamkishore used to be a trio conducting medical education workshops all across the country, and we used to travel together, and it used to be so fun to be with sir. And of course, sir's session used to be the most appreciated than both of us.
Hello everyone. What should I say about Dr. Shyamkishore? I joined GS Medical College as a PG student in 2003, and my acquaintance with sir is since that time. What all things did I learn from sir? I think if I want to reflect upon what I learned from him, there will be a list which is endless. Anatomy, of course, I learned from him, and you can say there have been many role models in my life, and of course, one of the persons who was top of the list, who is top of the list, is Dr. Shyamkishore. Having learned anatomy from sir and the science and art of reasoning of why certain things are the way they are, I also learned a few tricks of the trade as far as how to make teaching impactful. At the same time, when I joined the department, I was a complete novice in computers. And like everyone knows, sir was a wizard of computers. So I learned quite a lot of computer stuff from sir. And like Yuvraj sir just said, our trio had a lot of opportunity because we were gifted, or rather we were lucky enough to be part of medical education unit of our college. We got an opportunity to be together, learn from sir, and just exchange our thoughts with people all across the country. So anatomy, medical education, computers, and of course, life. The biggest lesson that we learned is how to live. How to live without, you cannot say sorrow, but without actually complaining. that is one thing that we have definitely learned from sir. I can just remember a couple of lines from a song that is probably apt for the anatomy fraternity and sir and anatomy. कल खेल में हम हो न हो, गर्दिश में तारे रहेंगे सदा, भूलेंगे वो भूलोगे तुम, पर हम तुम्हारे रहेंगे सदा। स्वर्ग यहीं नरक यहाँ, इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ, जी चाहे जब हमको आवाज दो, हम थे वहीं हम हैं जहाँ। I can just say for anatomy, for medical education, for JEM, for NIR, I think sir is always there with us and will continue to guide us from wherever he is.
As Praveen was explaining, thank you so much, sir. That sir was a wizard in computers. He used to conduct MCQs from 9:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock the MCQ sheets used to go to HOD cabins. 10:30 the results of the MCQs used to be out. 10:30. And he used to feed 4 patterns of MCQs, pattern A, pattern B, pattern C, pattern D. And we don't know what he used to do. And let me tell you, म्हणजे मराठीमध्येच अगदी बोलायचं झालं ना, सर पास्ट अवे ऑन 10th आणि 11 तारखेला आमचा अॅनाटॉमीचा पेपर होता. आणि आम्ही त्या दिवशी रस्त्यावर आलो, लिटरली रस्त्यावर आलो, म्हणजे आम्ही ते पेपर्स कलेक्ट केले आणि नन ऑफ अस न्यू हाऊ टू ॲनालाइज दिस. आम्ही पीजीजला बसवून ते मॅन्युअली चेक केले. वी ट्राईड, असं नाही की वी डिडंट ट्राय, बट आम्ही सगळ्यांना बोलवलं अँड एव्हरीबडी मेड सम अटेम्प्ट टू पुट सम फॉर्म्युला अँड दे सेड नो, विदाउट सर वी कॅनॉट डू इट. Of course, our department is now in a process of revival that, whatever anybody or everybody has learned, and Praveen, I think, is going to guide us on that also. Anybody else would like to speak before I call up?
Om Shanti. Shyamkishore, I call him as sir. I call him as a friend. I call him as a brother. I call him as a father. He is a teacher of teachers. Means his students from not only from India, all over the world the students are there and they know Shyamkishore, and I think they were seeing this YouTube at this moment. And our Kotari sir says him Dark Kishore, it is Shyamkishore. So when I joined in KM Hospital in 1997, his room was just, and every day we interact with each other. Every demo we talk with each other, along with Ratna Chodalkar madam was there. We talk with him. So after the conversation 3 years, 4 years back, I have told him that, sir, which book you read? So I read many books I have read, but from this particular point, from where it comes out. So he says, I have read, but you can go and see. He is not only he gives the examples of the shloks of the Gita. So I have told him one shlok. So this is from second 44 or 45 number shlok. He is very fond of giving explanation about shloks also. So one day I have told him, sir, where to invest? So he told me, invest here, there. Means he was not only the anatomist, he teaches each and every subject, and he knows it thoroughly, and he proves it, and then he explains everything to him. जेव्हा मी त्या श्यामकिशोर सरांशी भेटलो, श्यामकिशोर सरांना माझ्या बाजूलाच बसले होते, ते बसले होते, आणि ग्रेज अॅनाटॉमी, लास्ट अॅनाटॉमी, each and every book is there in front of him, and he explains the things which are not taught or not understood by the students. Student says him, sir, अपर लिंग का जो ग्रिप्स है वो समझा नहीं सर. नेक्स्ट सैटरडे अपर लिंग ग्रिप्स ऑफ हैंड, देन ऑल द टॉपिक्स. सर आप कौन सा टॉपिक लेने वाले हैं? सर ये वन जो बचेगा वो मैं लेगा. एंड ही टेक्स द डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक्स विच आर रिमेनिंग. सो ही इज माय colleague. And when I was in Nayar Hospital for 3 years, Jisha madam told me that you are there, then it's okay. Then when I shifted to KM, then Yuvraj was there, and I've told Yuvraj, why you are shifting from Sion to Nayar. So he told that there is no reason but only to see Dr. Shyamkishore, the health and the mahol which he has created in this, not in KM, in also Nayar also, Sion Hospital also, everybody knows him very well. MCQ, all the distractors, whatever there, he explains each distractor, the why it is not there, what is not there, why. Means he is somewhat, I say, he is a chalta firta Bible or chalta firta grey for us, all of us, and thank you.
Before I call up the many other speakers, please come. Actually, one whole group, everybody. One whole group I need to thank is Department of Anatomy, KM, and Department of Anatomy. The whole faculty members, Sir has nourished them, but they also have really taken care of Sir, each and every faculty.
Good afternoon. I have known Dr. Shyamkishore sir from KM days, and when he came here in Nayar, I was happy to meet him. Everyone has shared their experiences with him regarding his computer skills, his teaching skills, his anatomy knowledge. I would just add a few lines about the experiences I had with him. In the year 2019, as we all know, the CBME was introduced, and we all had to reframe all our teaching timetables according to that. And as the first year is the first one to face the challenge of inculcating the CBME into the teaching timetable, Sir was the main lead, I would say. And with his excellent computer skills, he was able to plan the entire schedule for the first year. And community medicine, I'm from community medicine department, so we had to inculcate our FAP schedule into the timetable. So Sir very innovatively he fitted us in all the anatomy schedules and gave us ample adequate time. Whatever we asked for, he gave us to start the FAP. Not only that, whenever, not just the first year, the subsequent year, as we needed to plan even the third year teaching, Again, I went to sir for help, and sir immediately just says, what is the problem? And immediately, as soon as you say what's the problem, he says, he gives a solution instantly. This is the solution. So, my experience with sir has been very enlightening, and he has always had a solution for whatever problems we went to him with. May his soul rest in peace, and I offer my condolences to the family.
During our NMC inspection, the NMC inspector called for an integrated timetable with all the skills and everything number. And Dr. Shyamkishore in 1 hour prepared a timetable of anatomy, physiology, biochemistry and PSM and submitted to the inspector for the whole year. That was Dr. Shyamkishore Dharmesh.
I'm slightly outside the anatomy department. I'm Shyamkishore's batchmate. Shamu, as we used to know him. So our memory was Shamu was since the time he joined MBBS. Most of the guys, including Mohite sir and all, like, he didn't say that, but we used to be in the common room. We used to be playing on the carom, and Shamu and three other guys, Shankar Narayan, Shaji Mathus, and one more person, I think Harsha. They used to play bridge, and I never understood what they are doing, but they used to just enjoy playing bridge, you know. So that was my first memory, and then for 4.5 years of MBBS, we used to constantly interact, mostly in the common room, never in the classroom, because we always used to be outside the class. Then subsequently, I joined surgery in KEM, he went to anatomy. But after doing our surgery, most of the surgeons used to go for FRCS at that time. I'm sure Lopa Mehta madam was there, Manu Kotari sir was there that time. So most of the people who were appearing for FRCS used to come to Shamu, and he used to teach them soft parts. Because soft parts was one of the things which was an integral part of FRCS exams. And everybody who used to go there have done well. I don't know whether now they remember Shamu or not, but definitely. Then I came here in 2005, and then subsequently I remember one fine day meeting Shamu in the corridors, and he said, I've joined here. So I said, welcome. There are two other people from my batch. One is Ashish Agarwal, he's in orthopedics, and Vikash Kavishwar. So we decided one fine day that we'll go have chai, just try and recollect all our old memories and all. So that was the earlier days, and then unfortunately our interaction became very far and few. And most of the times that I used to meet Shamu was either at the face biometrics when we used to come in the morning, or when on the way out, you know. So that was and I distinctly remember a few days before also I met him over there only. So that was how the interaction became far and few. But definitely on behalf of my batch of 1985, I definitely please accept our condolences. Thank you so much.
Once at KM hospital in the demo room, I saw Shyamkishore taking a demo, but then I looked at the students, they were very elderly people. So then I asked somebody that who are they, and they were all neurosurgeons who had come, and Shyamkishore was teaching them various approaches. Anybody else? Yeah.
Good afternoon all. On behalf of Department of Anatomy, Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College, I am going to read out the message. Today we gather to remember and respect a great teacher, a mentor and a guide, Dr. K. Shyamkishore sir. Dr. K. Shyamkishore sir was a personality we all admired for his vast knowledge in the field of anatomy, as well as his skills with the computer, a very rare combination to be found. He had a unique approach to the subject and an equally special method of teaching as well. He approached his work with focus, intelligence, and a genuine willingness to help others learn and succeed. His sudden demise has left a forever void in the anatomy fraternity. We extend our deepest condolences to Dr. Shyamkishore sir's family. May God give them the strength to bear this great loss.
Last, after this, Dr. Natarajan and then Jisha Madam will speak.
Hello. So I'll be sharing my experience as a SIR student. So I entered GSMC in 2009, and it was a very first lecture, and luckily it was 1st August 2009, and it was a Saturday. And our very first lecture in anatomy, sir took it. And the topic of the lecture, I don't remember, but what he did, there was a caption, everything under the sun, including the sun, is a part of anatomy. So there is a pond and there is a lotus on which there was a bee. And there was a star in the universe, I don't remember which. And he simultaneously got into the lotus bee, its eye, and like microscopically to the atomic level, and telescopically when you go more farther in the views, and the interior of the eye of the bee, and like very cellular level or atomic, I don't remember that very well, and that star and its interior, both the pictures were matching, and we all were awestruck. That was our first lecture of our medical journey, and it's like a message that we have to go in such much depth and vastness of the universe. I don't know if we had a capability to understand what he was trying to say at that time, but each one of us will never forget that lecture. And like sir said, every Saturday. So sir, 1:30 the lecture used to start. He used to say, there is no attendance, half of us were happy. So even if you want to leave, you can leave. If you feel bored, you can leave at any point of time. If you want to sleep, you sleep. So that was how the lectures went. But I still remember till 4 or 5 o'clock, we used to all sit, especially the walking cycle. So sir used to demonstrate all the gaits. I still remember the jokes that he had used during that lecture. And like sir said, like he was one of those teachers who would make students like ask why, or he will make you realize you did not even think of it in that perspective. You are just learning. And a trio, because I think our anatomy that time, it was like a parent to all first year MBBS students. Only sir in introduction talk, he has given that our anatomy people say we are spoon feeding the knowledge to the students, but sir said we will go beyond and will say it's a breastfeeding. The child can deny it, he has to take it. So there were very innovative things. We used to have quizzes. I think that time the computers, laptops, emails, not so common. WhatsApp and all was not there. But our batch had this thing where sir used to make online. We had, each one of us had a anatomy ID given. And every Saturday we used to get a MCQs or questions. It was voluntary participate. If you want to answer, you participate, whatever. But the feedback we used to get, all the answers and all, in 2009, when the internet and everything was also not that common. So it's when I learned the news, all were very shocked. So I kind of put a status for sir, and many of my batchmates, the students who were with me, my juniors, each one of them, they commented or shared this thing on our group and messages. I'd just like to share that with you, ma'am, that many students who had attended sir's lecture will never, ever forget sir's legacy. He was a legendary, awe-inspiring teacher. And another thing, I joined Nair, I think 2022. And I entered and I saw sir there on the ground floor. I was so happy that I can see my teachers, my first year teachers here, and then I could interact with them. And then I was fortunate enough to attend one of the MET workshop, and from my teacher how to teach. And that one session he took, and I can, as a student, remember all this way the MCQs were sorted for us, or the knowledge delivered to us. I could have a glimpse into his thought process and all. I consider myself very lucky to have him as my teacher. Thank you. And sorry, one more incident I would like to share that during COVID times, I was doing my fellowship in Pune and I follow sir on social media and COVID vaccination. So he had said that today is the day when COVID got first dose of anatomy, when KSK sir has taken the vaccination. So he was like that. So my heartfelt condolences to the family. I know this loss is very difficult. May God give you the strength to go through this journey, and we all remember sir forever.
Dr. Manu Kotari in Department of Anatomy used to say, we have one Lord Krishna, Shyam, and we have Lord Shiva, Dr. Natarajan. So call upon sir to speak to you.
I can't believe that I'm mourning Shyamkishore. GS Medical College, Gurundas Sundardas Medical College, with a SAT before that, SAT, because there's another GS Medical College in Hapur. They have picked up a brand. We also used to expand it as Guru Sishya Medical College. And the S factor, Saman, meaning equal. Fine. Today's teacher becomes student tomorrow, and today's student becomes teacher tomorrow. So I must be one of the lucky persons that one of my students, 1985 batch. In fact, that was my first batch. 84, I came in somewhere in between there, and then 85. Dharmesh is here. Sunita from occupational therapy is here. Okay. And 86 batch, yeah, fine. Okay, memory is good. So, has risen to the level of a supreme teacher. What more can a teacher ask for? And it's a reverse scenario that a teacher is speaking on the students' demise. But now, whether I should mourn or celebrate, there are two schools of thought when life is gone. I would like to go for an intermediary scenario. I'm playing on the word celebrate. I'm replacing the L with R. Celebrate. You're not enjoying. You're not at the same time meaning having a sad scenario. At the same time, you learn from the situation. We all expire 18 times a minute. Finally, we expire. Now, please note that is expired for the last time. And the next inspiration has not come. Every inspiration has to be followed by an expiration. So now, expired for the last time. So the word expire has two components, meaning 18 times a minute and then last one. Going on to the word inspire. We inspire 18 times a minute. But if you can inspire one person in your life, whatever be the duration of your life, your job is done. The other inspire. So just like a singular category of expired, singular category of inspired. And I am more than 100% sure Dr. Shyamkishore has inspired n number of people. Each one will inspire. So you can imagine the exponentiality. And mind you,
I could make out Shyamkishore has a medical problem, but somehow I didn't feel like asking him about his problem. Only if he comments about it, then I will ask. If he is not commenting, I never have bothered to find out what is, because he is in a happy state. Let him be in that state and do what. And generally, it's something like this: if there's some problem in some part of your body, some other part of your body takes up. Stephen Hawking, Dr. Advani from Tata Memorial, still, I saw his photograph in Times yesterday, Fortis Hospital. So, some deficiency somewhere is compensated by much more than the deficiency, and that we have all witnessed here. I was just speaking to Jisha just when I came in. Roll number 1, 2, 3 in 1985 batch. Okay. And as Madam said, when I interacted with him for the first time in the anatomy office, he said I was to do pharmacology, but I didn't get it. And I came into anatomy, but I didn't know this later part, which I just learned today, that he didn't go back to pharmacology. So it was lost for the Department of Pharmacology. And for me, I had just joined as a teacher in 85. In 91, Shyamkishore joined me. And once he joined me, now when you have a person who is able to take care of along similar lines with you, it was almost my work is technically minimized. It was nice to have him there. I remember another scenario where post his MD exams, and now somebody recalled about having heard him in the MD exams here. And you wait for the results. And we had a program in theatre. Shyamkishore sang the song at that time. जो तुमको है पसंद वही बात कहेंगे. Please bear with me for my singing. कहेंगे तुम दिन को अगर रात कहो रात कहे. That means whatever the examiner said, you have to repeat. If examiner says this is morning, call it morning, even if midnight. Okay. And obviously, till you wait for the results, you have to thought process which way you would go. He passed out in flying colors. And he had two other persons along with him, Dr. Huskeri and Dr. Kamla Sheth. And they were much, much elder to him. Dr. Kamla Sheth is from Dr. Lopameta's batch. And Dr. Huskeri is a little younger, but still, they both learned anatomy from him. And they all passed the exam in the first attempt. Okay, so you can imagine, it's not that he was teaching only the undergraduates, he was teaching people who were almost his mother's age. Okay, yeah. Professor's muscles, tongue muscles are voluntary, that all anatomists are familiar. Barring those involuntary muscles in the wall of the vessels in the tongue. But professor's muscles, like, unless you put a brake, now see, for example, I've started speaking, it's difficult to pull up the mic from my hand. Please bear with me. They're in a sense involuntary. I will end up, since Praveen sang a song, so I'm taking a liberty for a song for this occasion. वो शाम कुछ अजीब थी. I'm referring to the evening of 10th of December 2025. ये शाम भी अजीब है, वो कल भी पास पास था, वो आज भी करीब है. And I was telling Dr. Mrs. Shyamkishore, Priyanka is representing 50% of Shyamkishore, the X component. Vishnu is representing 50% of Shyamkishore, the Y component. So I'm saying Shyamkishore in toto here, supported by Disha. Thanks for bearing with my
as we are coming towards the end, we'll just read two lines from Dr. Pazare's offering, and then we'll ask for the family member.
Dr. Pazare, ma'am, she was the former head of the Department of Physiology. Ma'am has retired. She wanted very much to be here, but unfortunately she's not well, so she just sent a condolence message. Good afternoon. I had the privilege of working alongside our dear colleague, Dr. Shyamkishore sir. My association with sir was nearly for 10 years. Sir was a dedicated teacher, an excellent guide, and a wonderful mentor. But for me, he was always a very cooperative and very supportive co-worker. In my tenure as a head, I learned so much from sir. I will always cherish the memory of his enthusiasm, his hard-working capability, his skillfulness, and his well-planned functioning approach. I know nothing will be same without sir in the department, but I just pray that may you all find strength and comfort in the cherished memories of sir, which each one of you hold in your heart. I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family, and may his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
So now I'll call Jisha, madam. Just say that.
Hello everybody. I don't know how to say thanks to all of you. He's my best friend and everything. And sir used to help me all the time. Like, he is a psychiatrist once. Sometimes he's become a good cricket commentator. Sometimes a big teacher and a philosopher. And sometimes in our joint family, he used to give me so many advice to stay back with his parents. And so, I don't know. There is no words. He's a Superman forever for me. And the department people had helped a lot, like junior students to seniors, teachers, everybody helped a lot to take care a lot. Like each and every time somebody should sit in his side to take care all the time and watching, observing, give me all the time his things like what he's doing, etc. The day itself, he told that he didn't take proper his food. So you make whatever his tasty food whenever he reached. Everything I had properly. He took the food also very tasty, and he had in that time ice cream also. I told, ice cream somebody will take. In this cold condition, no, you must give ice cream, then I'll have a hot full glass of water. Then everything will become okay. So he's like that person. Once again, thanks to all, especially the Department of Anatomy. Helped a lot.
Again, I would not take this opportunity to thank Department of Anatomy, Sumit, Datta, everybody. As we offer flowers, I'll request Sneha to put on Sir's favorite song, which was composed by his teacher, Dr. Manu Kothari. And then one by one, everybody can come and offer flowers. Thank you everybody for coming in such large numbers. I know some of you still wanted to speak, but people who have come from other medical colleges need to go back and do the biometric punch. Thank you very much.
बस नॉर्मल चला